Quick announcement before we get started. We are now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of other apps I've never heard of before. You can search Generally Feral on your preferred app or find our links down below. YouTube will still be our priority site since it allows us to show off Cade's amazing artwork and throw in clips and memes here and there. But those other options are available now for easier listening on the go. Now to the episode. So,
disregard episode 9 when we asked you to do suggestions because
yeah. Remember
I'm
when
stupid?
we asked you to do stuff and then, see, the fun thing is,
it wasn't posted yet, and now we're already...
as of right now when we're talking, that episode hasn't happened yet. So, yeah. Welcome to episode 10.
Episode 10, where we are incredibly foggy and sleepy individuals.
If you couldn't already tell.
You know, sometimes you just get those days where your brain no work.
That's me
Head
every
empty.
day.
I mean, like, some days it's worse than others. But generally, yeah, head empty.
I have to move my mic. I apologize.
How fucking dare you?
Just watching all that. Maybe I'll cut it out. Maybe I'll make you all suffer.
Wow. Vicious.
I know.
We have to save their ears. We have
so I
two...
can scream into them later.
We have 2 listeners. They need to be able to just keep listening.
Do they? Are we really offering anything here?
No.
Question for our 2 listeners. Why do you listen?
Question for our 2 listeners. Why do you deal with half of this shit?
Why are you here? What does this podcast provide? Well, good episode, everybody.
Yep, this is highly entertaining. But, we were thinking of a couple subjects to touch on because we can't really think of anything too
foggy right now.
Too prolific to talk about right now. So we're just gonna rant about the holiday season.
Yeah, as you're listening to this, theoretically, if you listen to it on the day it comes out, Thanksgiving is nearly upon us.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is a holiday that I really have never had a huge interest in. It's just always been exhausting.
Yeah. I feel like when I was little, I enjoyed it. But now it's just
it's too much. It's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. Which, the food is great. But there are several reasons why I don't like Thanksgiving. I hate the colonization of America.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful and filled with literal genocide, so I would rather not celebrate that.
Yeah, our cute little story where the white people came over and the Indians were like, have some corn, let us feast. Nah, fam.
That is so fucked up that, literally in my grade school, they had us make, a cornucopia
Yeah.
Which was like, oh, the Native Americans gave us this and taught us how to cultivate the land, and we
And
were
then we
all
murdered
friends.
them all. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't tell
Also,
us
I remember,
that we murdered them.
like, in grade school, just dressing up as Native Americans. Like, that's fine.
That's fucked up. Yeah. We did, like, the
We'd do,
headband
like,
thing.
Yeah, you'd make a
with
little headband
feather.
with, like, you'd cut out paper feathers
I'm
and
like,
shit.
Really? You're
Right?
gonna, like, let these kids do that? Oh, it's just, like, another thing that you grow up and you realize, what the fuck?
Right?
Like Halloween costumes. Like, that half of them are actual, cultures.
Yeah.
And not a costume at all. And that makes me feel awful and bad. And I don't want to be happy and thankful when the gist of this holiday is celebrating that we conquered.
Yeah, it's just celebrating actual genocide.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
And so the modern bullshit for Thanksgiving is making a huge dinner, and a lot of families, do it together, but with my family, we have a couple people cooking, but I have to clean the entire house before, and I have to do the cooking, and I have to do all of the cleanup, so it's not fun for me.
Yeah.
I would just prefer not to do it, especially this year. We don't need the gatherings. I don't want anything to do with it. Of course, it would be nice to see my family, but at least we have cut down the numbers to, I think it's just going to be my brother and his wife, which that's fine. I enjoy when they come to eat dinner with us, but if we're going to do, like, all the cooking and shit, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm so tired. It's exhausting.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I do the bulk of the work for, like, dinner. For my family now, basically everybody does a little bit of everything, but it used to be 100% my grandma.
That is
basically
so much work.
Like, she would start cooking the day before, and then get up at, like, 4 a.m. to finish cooking the day of, and,
How
like,
is
have
that
everything...
not torture for her?
Right? I'm like, how has this ever been fun for you?
Right?
But even, and something that's always just pissed me off is, like, and this is still a thing, even, everybody contributes to dinner, but it's always only me and my mom doing dishes.
It's fucked up.
And it fucking pisses me off. And it's always been that way. Like, since I was little, it would be, well, Grandma used to help us do the dishes, but now we shoo her out of the kitchen because she's old.
Yeah.
And needs to
relax.
Yeah.
She's done it for
but,
years.
like, it would always basically just be the women in the kitchen doing, like, cleaning up while all the boys would go, like, take a nap and watch football. And I'm like, fuck you!
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And then they would just show up later and be like, are you done with dishes yet? I want pie. And it's like, bitch!
Fuck you! If you want pie, help us with the dishes, you twat.
It's just always fucking
I feel like
piss me
that
off.
should just
and
be a rule.
And anytime I, like, try to bring it up to my mom, she just is like, oh, you just don't want to have to do it. And I'm like,
no.
First of all, no, I don't want to have to do it. Second of all, like, why is it just expected that we do it and they don't have to do anything?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like,
if you
we've all contributed to dinner.
Yeah, if you eat and you want pie, you need to do dishes.
Right.
That's just how it should work. It should all be equal work.
It's always just pissed me off. Like, ever since I was little, I'd be like, why the fuck are the men just, like, not doing anything?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I do have to say, like, my family is pretty good about that. It's just, since we would be hosting, I just kind of, like, take it upon myself to do a lot of the cooking, and my brother and his wife have been a lot more help lately. But just, like, my I don't know. It's still stressful.
Yeah.
Even with a bit of help, it's still stressful, and I don't have any interest in it.
Yeah. Well, and it also just, like, I like spending time around with my family, but holiday dinners just feel kind of forced.
Yeah.
Like,
they are forced,
it's in
though.
the same way that, like, giving gifts is fun, but giving gifts for Christmas is stressful.
Yeah, it's awful, which is another subject. Like, giving gifts that, like, I think of my friends randomly and I have the money to buy them a gift and I just present it to them whenever, that is my preferred way of giving gifts.
Right.
But with Christmas,
Trout. Watch your tail.
you have to give gifts to everyone that you love. And if you don't, then it's wrong and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
If you hear that,
Trout.
that's Trout's tail.
Move. You gotta go lay down. I don't know why you thought you needed to stand up and hit everything with your tail.
Music. But
one day we will learn to stop having the dogs in here, but, like,
no.
I want to have them around.
No, I will not learn. Our audience just has to deal with it. I don't even care. It's not something I'm giving up. Dogs belong in here.
Yeah.
But with the reason why it's so stressful for Christmas is, like, when prompted with giving gifts, sometimes it's like, you don't need this gift. Trout.
Stop. I know you think you need to eat so bad, but it's like 8 o'clock. It's not dinner time.
I'm dying. I have to eat right now or I will wither away.
Go lay down.
But it's a lot more stress.
It's kind of like, you know, you can, like, think about all of the, like, movies or cartoons or whatever, media, whatever, that you love and be like, oh man, yeah, I love this thing. But as soon as someone comes up to you and is like, what's your favorite movie? You're like, I've never seen a movie before in my life.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Christmas shopping, because I
That
see stuff
is.
for everybody all the time where I'm like, oh man, like, if I had money for this right now, I would love to
do
buy
it,
it for
yeah.
so-and-so. But then as soon as it's, like, the holiday season, I'm like, I don't know what to fucking buy you.
Right.
You don't need anything.
I just, like, I feel like it means more when it's, I don't know, what is it? It's
Spontaneous?
yes. I was like, what? The only thing I could think of was, what are Aries typically known for? What is that word? But it means more when it's spontaneous, because it means that I was thinking of you randomly and outside of societal norms.
Right, and it's not just obligation.
Yeah. Which, there are many things that I do actually love about Christmas, but it's kind of gotten to the point where it's disjointed from what I actually experience during Christmas.
Yeah, it's like what Christmas is supposed to be, like, in my head, and then what it actually is are two very different things.
Yeah.
Like, I've been, like, ranting about this since, like, November 1st, pretty much, to everybody.
Not even then, like, September.
I've been, like, I went on just a whole, like, tirade on November 1st, just because everybody was like, okay, Halloween's over, it's Christmas now, and I'm like, fuck all of you!
Fuck off.
Because, like, basically, capitalism and the way that, like, people overdo Christmas have made me into the Grinch before his heart grew 3 sizes. Because I just, like, it's not even December yet. It was way before Halloween even, and I was seeing Christmas shit all over.
Yeah.
Like, at work, we started getting Christmas stuff in, like, July.
It's so fucking
August.
ridiculous.
And every time I would pull one out of a box, I would just get so angry. And it just, like, builds up until everybody's like, Christmas! And I'm like, no!
Stop it.
Stop! You've ruined everything. Because it's just too much.
It's
like, Christmas
fair,
needs
yeah.
to stay in its fucking lane.
It really does. Because, like, I would understand it if it started December 1st and it ended December 25th. Like,
Yeah.
like Halloween does.
Right.
You know? Like, Halloween stays in its fucking lane. But it's... Christmas is so overwhelming for 6 months out of the fucking year.
Right? Well, and also, like, listen, I think we can all agree that objectively Halloween is the best holiday. Like, so when Christmas, like, Halloween's just trying to mind its business and Christmas is like, move over, bitch. I'm like, no.
Stop it.
Stop. Also, as we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes, I don't care about Thanksgiving, but, like, if we could just have a little break in between holidays, just, like, November doesn't have to be the Thanksgiving month, but, like, we can have a fall month, even though fall doesn't exist in Wyoming. Like, we can still pretend.
Yeah.
We can just, like, you know, just have a month to, like, relax
Yeah.
and be cozy and,
Drink
like,
tea
just vibe. And then when December starts, then it can be Christmas month. Like,
Yeah.
that would be fine. I'm down for Christmas for a month, but not 6.
no,
Especially
yeah.
when I'm trying to celebrate another holiday, and then Christmas just comes in here.
Christmas really does be blue balling my fucking Halloween.
Right?
It's just, it's not, it's not fair.
Christmas is a Halloween cockblock.
Yeah, it is. It is, though.
It's not right.
It just, like, it doesn't fulfill me. So, like, the perfect way to describe it is a cockblock, because, like, you know, you're jacking off, jack-o'-lanterning off for a whole month, and then you don't get that release because as soon as the 31st is over, it's apparently Jingle Bell fucking time. But
Right? Well, and, like, you know how Christmas kind of, like, it doesn't just, like, end
no,
on
it just,
the 25th. It sort of tapers out, and then it's New Year's, and then it's, like, done.
but it's always, like, ominously lurking.
Yeah. But it's, like, everybody, you know, has their tree up until, like, February, and, like, which is fine,
Yeah,
because we
that's
all
fair.
fucking lazy,
We all
and
do
that's
that.
a lot of work. But, like, you know, Christmas just kind of, like, fades out, which is fine. But Halloween just ends abruptly, and, like, mostly it ends before the holiday actually happens,
Yeah.
which pisses me off.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's like, I'm, you know, towards the end of October, I'm, like, you know, trying to get some clearance Halloween shit, or
Right.
even, like, you know, the week after Halloween, trying to get some clearance Halloween shit, and
It's all
it's
gone.
all been replaced. Like, the stores set up their Christmas displays, like, way before Halloween even happened.
Yep.
I'm like,
Literally, I was seeing Christmas shit in September in Walmart.
yeah.
It's exhausting. Because, like, as much as I do love Christmas, I only want to experiencing it. I only want to experience that overwhelming feeling during December.
Right?
Because
Well,
that's
and
all
it's
I can
like-
handle.
It's not... Christmas is supposed to be, like, kind of magical.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be whimsical and happy and sparkly, and, you know, you hang out with your family and you don't do whatever traditions your family does.
Yeah.
You watch Christmas movies, you tell Christmas stories, whatever.
Yeah.
Why is this not moving? Hello? Okay. Sorry, my screen just, like, stopped moving for a second. I thought that my computer froze, but it's just having a time.
Same.
Hopefully my audio isn't fucked up. But, like, you know, it's supposed to be just this magical, warm, wholesome time, but instead I'm just, like, stressed and angry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's so much that goes into it, because there's, like, this, this societal norm where, oh, Christmas has to be perfect and whatever, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It has to be good for you.
Yeah.
To be a good Christmas. It's another thing that, like, I don't really care about, you know, the Christian whatever for, oh, Jesus is born, and I don't relate to that. But I do want to spend time with my family and my friends and appreciate that they are here with me and that they have kept me here and existed, and I feel like that should be appreciated.
Yeah.
That we, you know, make it through another fucking year, because it's
and
exhausting.
Something that is also just annoying as a non-believing heathen. Like, there's always the rhetoric that pops up around this time of year of the war on Christmas and all the Christians thinking that, like, you know, they're so oppressed because they're white Christians who are obviously the most oppressed group. We all know this.
Oh, yes.
You know, not at all any of the groups that they've, like, completely destroyed.
Well, they've destroyed so many groups, they think they're the only ones left.
They're like, we're next!
We finally get to be oppressed!
But, like, you have to deal with that bullshit and how, you know, Christmas needs to come back around to religion and whatever. And I'm like, but all of y'all, just, like, all of your practices, none of it's
yours.
Religion, first of all. Like, it's all fucking capitalism.
Yeah.
That's what majorly has ruined Christmas. But also, yeah, nothing about Christmas belongs to you, okay?
Yeah.
If we were, like, gonna go back to the roots of what Christmas came from, we would all be celebrating Yuletide, or just the solstice, or whatever it's called, wherever you hail from. Like, which honestly sounds, at this point in my life, so much more appealing to me.
Yeah, it does.
Of just the, like, going back to the roots of it, of just it being, we're celebrating that the winter is halfway over, and we are all still alive, we've made it through, and we're gonna just, like, we're gonna have a feast, and we're gonna, you know, be warm and cozy in our house all together, and just celebrate the fact that we are together.
Yeah.
Like, that
should be what it is.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't have to be about, it shouldn't be about, everybody has to get a gift, and Jesus was born, even though he wasn't. Like, even if you're gonna argue that Jesus was a real person, which is highly debatable and unlikely, he wasn't born in the middle of winter.
No.
He was born in the spring. Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus.
No. But it truly is exhausting to deal with all of the in-your-face advertising and, you know, the fucking... I actually genuinely like Christmas music. But I'm calling my mom out. She has ruined it for me because she starts watching fucking Christmas movies in October.
Not even
and I have
good
to
Christmas
fucking
movies
yell
either.
at her.
They're
She
the
watched
fucking Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And not
Hallmark.
only does she watch Hallmark Christmas movies, which, like, I can, you know what,
It's
they're
whatever.
like cute, whatever, but also she watches the same one like 8
All
times a week.
the time.
Because
Yeah.
they play on loop, and she just will turn on the Hallmark channel and just
Yeah.
watch it for like 4 months.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't mind it so much if she watched one movie and was like, all right, that's that movie for this year.
Right.
Which is what I do with Christmas movies.
Right.
You know, I love Polar Express. I watch that almost every year, and
I'm so ready for Klaus to become a tradition
Yes,
for the squad.
yes.
'Cause
We
I
get to
love
watch
that
Klaus
movie.
again. Klaus was very good. The Netflix Klaus. And I watched the Muppets Christmas Carol with the whole family on Christmas. But that's it. I watch those movies once a year.
Right.
Which is, you know, I feel is fair. Because I'm not here for watching movies over and over and over again. Much less Christmas movies with repetitive rhetorics and the music. Now every time I just hear any Christmas song, it boils rage within me.
Yeah. Well, and like, I also like Christmas music, but I work in retail, so I hear the playlist of the same 6 songs being played over and over and over and over
It's
and over again,
double
and then I
awful
just want
for
to
you.
kill myself. But also the fact that there are only like 6 fucking Christmas songs that are on any playlist, and everybody just
Right?
does a cover of all the same songs. So it's like I'm listening to the same song by like 12 different people all day, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
Can somebody write some new Christmas songs, please?
For real, though.
Or just like dig a little deeper into the whatever and find different ones. Like, because my absolute favorite Christmas song that actually you showed it to me is "Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence."
I love that
that
one.
song so much. It's so pretty.
Beautiful.
And you
It
honestly
always
wouldn't
makes
even
me-
hear it and think it's a Christmas song, but I do reserve it for Christmas time.
Yeah, well, it just makes me think of Christmas time because it's kind of magical and the piano music is just
It's got such a Ghibli
so
vibe.
sweet.
and
Yes. Yes.
I love it so much.
It's
And I
so
I
good.
listen to it way too much throughout the month of December, but
It's
like,
because it's like
but
the
it is-
only good Christmas song because it doesn't have any lyrics.
yeah,
It's so nice.
it's
and
so pretty.
I
And I do like Christmas carols. Like, I honestly, despite my dislike for Christianity, I really do like a lot of the Christian
Yeah.
songs. But a lot of that for me is that I love folklore, and that's kind of just what Christianity is for me at this
It's a
point.
fun
Lot
story.
of the stories behind a lot of what we do and the traditions that have come from Christianity and the way that my family celebrates Christmas,
yeah.
I think are really fun. But, none of that, it's no more real to me than Santa.
Yeah. I feel the same to a point. Like, I really do like, sorry, brain fart. I really do like a lot of the Christmas music that my mom listens to, but my brain has just completely derailed. I am so sorry for our listeners. This is chaos. I really do like the Christmas music that we have, and I think that it's mostly because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like, I connect that with singing with my mom when we were just, baking cookies and stuff and getting ready for Christmas. Like, those comforting, cozy Christmas aesthetics I really love. And I really need that, Like, it's warm and inviting, and after all this shit that has happened in 2020, I really would like that. But there comes a time when there's like a fine line between that and it getting so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of balance, like, okay, this is what I have to do, this is what I want to do with my family, and this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it just kind of devolves into something that's not enjoyable for a lot of people, is the obligation to do things.
Yeah. Because, there's just, I enjoy all of the traditions that I have with my family, like, also going over and bake. To be honest, the last couple years, I feel like with my mom baking cookies at this point is like, she just wants to get it done.
Aww.
And I'm like, because she'll always ask me and be like, hey, when are we going to do cookies? And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do cookies. But then she's just like, I just want to get all of this done. So it's like less of we're doing this for fun and more of a we're doing it just to do it kind of thing, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy doing it. The struggle, I feel like, with the cookies now is that I'm old. And also, countertops are made for short people. So when you're hunching over a countertop all day making cookies, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. And you guys do a lot of baking.
Yeah.
Like, a couple years ago, we did so much baking. I will never do it again. I think
Well, and like, it's your family can't really do that because it's like
it's me or it's
it's
no one.
you and your mom like hanging out with you, which is fine. But then you have so much stuff.
Yeah,
And,
we
like,
have so
nothing to
many
do with it.
sweets,
'Cause-
and none of us can have them.
Yeah.
Like,
Because that's always like with my family, you know, there's a lot of us in our immediate family, and then my mom also gives them to people. Or like,
Yeah.
I'll take some to work, and she takes a bunch to work, and she'll like make, you know, cookie plates for her friends and whatever. And then also just everyone in the house is like, will just go ham on cookies, but that's like allowed.
yeah.
But, you know,
With
your
my
dad's not allowed to
family-
do that.
Yeah, with my family, and even now, my brother's wife she was diabetic, and now she's got it so under control. She's like not diabetic. I'm not sure the situation, but she's off of insulin now. But still, they have had to change their diets like completely. So if I'm making something, I'm making it for me and my mom, which are the people that can have it.
Yeah. And then we have to hide everything from your dad because
Yeah.
he's also got diabetes
Yeah.
and
And
no
he-
self-control.
He's been safe for a while, but I think with the insulin, like, him being able to control it better, he's kind of like gone off the rails a little bit. And I love him dearly, but yeah, I do worry about his dietary intake. But like, the difference there too is like when it becomes work.
Yeah.
When it's something that you do as hanging out.
Yeah, like
with
this is a
someone.
social fun activity for like bonding.
Yeah.
This is great. But when you're just doing it because like you have to.
Yeah, or
then
you
it's-
feel obligated to. Like,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun for
Like it kind
anybody.
of ruins the point. Like why
Yeah.
this is not an obligatory activity.
No.
Like we don't have to make cookies.
No.
So why are we doing it
Why
like we do
are-
have to
yeah.
do it?
Why are we torturing ourselves by doing this and not enjoying the festivities like we should?
Yeah.
And I think that to enjoy a holiday season this year, we have to simplify it.
Yeah. Well, so Emily and I actually were talking about this the other night, and I don't remember what brought it on. It was, I don't know, we had seen, like, whatever Christmas commercial or something. And I was like, because it was, I think it had mentioned the Grinch or something. And I was like, I wish that we would act more like that story is what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole moral of the Grinch story is that capitalism ruins Christmas.
Yeah.
And that, like, the gifts are not the point and the feast is not the point, and it's just to be together, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I think we just kept seeing a bunch of Christmas commercials, and I was like, I wish that, especially because of the way this year is going, I wish we would just embrace we're gonna hold hands and sing instead of do gifts this year, because, like,
That would be adorable.
I can't afford anything.
No.
Like,
Half the
sorry
people I know
fam, none of
can't.
y'all really getting gifts.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want anybody to get me gifts either. I just, like...
Yeah. That's just like, that's something that I was thinking about. Like, if I do gifts, I always want to make them. But we're at that point this year that I don't even have the supplies or the money to make gifts this
Right.
year. Like, that's how bad it is.
Right.
Like,
Because, I mean, I try to do the same thing. I buy some gifts and then I make some gifts, but, like, to me, it's a much better gift if I make it.
yeah, same.
And it's also, like, there are a lot of people that I have basically on my gift list that I'm like, I don't know if you already have this.
right.
And oftentimes I assume that you already do. Like, certain people, it's just like, I feel like you already have everything.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to give you a unique gift if I make it, and also it just feels better for me to give you something that has my time in it, because time to me is an important thing.
Yeah.
But, like, it's, you know, it's still expensive to make stuff for everybody,
Right.
you know?
Well, I guess depending on what you make it out of, but, like, I don't want to
give you no 5th grade or, like, 3rd grade
Yes, exactly.
construction paper craft, because as much as, like, I'm sure my parents would think that's cute, it's just, like,
It's
that's
trash.
garbage, and we don't need that.
At the end of the day, it's fucking trash,
Yeah.
and we don't need it. Like,
it would be cute and fun, but only for, like, a minute, and then
Yeah.
I would just, like, wholeheartedly expect them to throw it away, because, like, what do
Yeah.
you do with that?
I really liked... So, before anything happened this year, last year after Christmas, we were thinking of just, like, a way to spend Christmas together with the squad, and we were going to go and do something together.
Yeah.
And I think that is what we should do in the future. Not this year, but I really do like the idea of going and doing something with those people that you love instead of buying gifts.
Yeah.
Because ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to be around you guys, and I want to enjoy the season with you guys. Like, I think back to that year where we rented out a hotel, this beautiful big ass
We just, like,
hotel room
or, like, got a fucking suite in a hotel and just spent the weekend there.
for like 3 days.
We were naughty, though, because we weren't supposed to buy each other gifts, so we did it anyway.
Yeah.
We were like, we're spending all this money on this hotel room, we can't buy each other gifts, and then we just did.
We did anyways because we just do that. This year is not gonna happen.
They were also cheap little gifts, though.
Yeah, they weren't huge, but that was so fun. We stayed in the hotel. We went out to get groceries, and we made
sure that
grilled
we had a
cheese
room that we had, like, a kitchenette in, so we could cook.
Yeah, we just, like, made dinners for ourselves.
We played board games all night.
And we just stayed in because it was so nice, and it was away from everything. And
and, like, during the day we got to go out because we stayed in Fort Collins.
yeah,
So remember, during the day we went out and, like, dicked around in Old Town for a while, and then
yeah,
went home and had dinner and stayed up late we watched Christmas movies and played board games.
yeah. It was so endearing, really, and I think of that a lot because it was one of my favorite Christmases, and it was really great because I got to swim, and I love swimming.
The little hotel pool.
Yeah. But it was just, like, it was so...
I also just remember that was, like, one of basically the first times that Emily and I realized that we're married, because we were sharing one of the beds and we just stayed up all night watching Law & Order when everybody went to bed.
Yeah, I remember that. Because for some reason, I got, like, we pulled straws or whatever, and I got one room to myself, like, this huge fucking bed to myself, and Brie was like, I'll just sleep on the couch, and I was like, we could share the bed, okay?
Yeah, we were supposed to have, because it was, like, had 2 queen-size beds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just gonna double up, and then Brie was like, I'll just sleep on the couch, so we let you have the full bed, and then...
I had to sleep alone, and y'all were
I wanted to give you the big bed, because your bed in real life sucks.
It does.
It's
literally falling apart.
You should get this one. Because Emily and I have nice beds, so we're like, well, we can share.
It was super nice. It's such a big, huge bed. It was so comfy. I wish my bed was comfy.
One day you'll be in a bigger room where you can get a not shitty mattress.
I am getting pretty excited because we are making, well, I say we, but mostly my dad is making great strides on making the basement livable so that I can move to the basement and I can have my own bathroom and have a bigger bed because I don't have enough room in here.
And you can have your own closet.
I can have my own closet.
And your mom can have her own closet.
Yeah, my mom is gonna take over this room. Like 100%, she will.
I'm gonna call your mom out right now. Just prediction. This room, when you move out of it, just immediately is gonna look like my room did before I moved into it. It's gonna be full of trash.
Yep, it's gonna be full of boxes and clothes and unused workout equipment.
Yeah.
So, whatever, not my room. I'm moving to the basement so I can be a full-on fucking neckbeard playing World of Warcraft in my mom's basement. You realize, like, I made this realization the other day because I was like, here I am, playing World of Warcraft and living with my parents at 24.
But you have to live with your parents, though.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm still, like, not doing what I need to be doing, you know?
I feel that, but I don't have the reason of I have to take care of my mom. I'm just a piece of shit.
No, you're not. Also, you pay rent and you buy dog food, so it's an agreement. Oh my god, it has been a whole ass year since you moved in.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that decision?
My dad the other day, because I was over visiting with my parents and we were doing something in the kitchen, and I was like looking at their stove and lamenting having an electric cooktop because I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I wish I had a gas stove. And my parents are also just like redoing a lot of stuff in their house. Like they just put in new carpet in like the bedrooms and repainted the walls, and they're just doing a lot of work. And my dad was like, you could have stayed here and then you'd have new carpet and a gas stove. And I'm like, no, no, I could not. I love my parents, but living with them is miserable.
So you wouldn't move back?
No. Unless I had to.
How miserable is it here?
I mean...
Moderately.
Like, my own personal misery will follow me everywhere. So there's that. I wish I had a gas stove.
I'm sorry. I was like 10 when we got that stove, so I had no say. So I also never cook, so yeah. I'm such a disaster. Every time I try to cook, like, I know how to cook certain things, but every time I try to cook something new, it's bad. Do you remember that one time, I think it was like a holiday, and I tried to bake brownies at your house, and they just turned into soup?
No, I don't.
They were just soup. It was like pudding, but like chunky. It was awful. And your mom like kept trying to save them, and I was like, just let it die. It was awful. Going back around, what are your favorite parts of the holidays?
I guess just like those regular traditions. Like, I love our squad traditions. I mean, I love our squad traditions for everything. We have traditions for every holiday. And
right.
They
keep growing, and I adore it.
So, like, I love our squad Christmas.
Yeah.
Where we always just, do our special binge night dinner.
Yeah. Oh my god, I found videos on this laptop the other day of, like, one of our first Christmases together, and we all had the onesies, and it was
oh my god,
so
I remember
cute.
That was, like, our first Christmas together, because we just decided to have, like, a big pajama party, and we all went out and bought onesies.
Yeah. It was so sweet, and I think it was, like, the first year of us just, like, as this squad roster, I guess, And it was so sweet. We all just had a little pajama party at my house, and
I still have that onesie.
me too.
I don't wear it very often because I get so hot.
It's so hot.
But my favorite thing about it is still that it has a butt flap.
Yeah.
And on the back, oh god, what does it say? Oh, it says, it has like a picture of a moose, and then the butt flap says Moose Caboose.
Mine was like a bear, I think, and it had something. I don't remember what it says on the butt, but it also had a butt flap, like ours were matching,
Yeah.
and then like.
I think Brie had like a Star Wars one.
Yeah, I don't remember what Emily's was. But it was so cute, and I remember it was the year you guys got me that stuffed deer that fell down. But I was just like thinking about that the other day, and I saw the videos that my mom took. I was like, aw, that's so cute.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of just expanded on that every year.
Like,
I think one year we tried to do baking, but then the same problem where we just like
got
want
stressed.
to bake so many things, so
Yeah.
we do, and then we have all this shit, and then nobody eats it.
Always, every time at Squad, like,
We tried to
whatever.
do that for Halloween one time too,
Yeah.
where we just like did all these like baking crafts, and then we're like, I don't want to eat any of this.
Right? Like, it's
Like that was
just-
fun, but now I need all of this to go away.
Yeah. It's just too much. Which I love baking, like, when I choose to bake, you know?
Yeah, that's like when the urge hits. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this.
God. Now I'm just thinking of November cakes.
I know. I need to make some. I have all the stuff. I just haven't motivated to make them yet.
I feel that, though.
I will. It's November, but
One of my favorite traditions that we just kind of gained over the years is my dad specifically will pick out cinnamon rolls and put bacon in the cinnamon rolls and cook them on Christmas morning, and they're so good. They're so bad, but they're so good.
yeah, we always do. My family's never been much of a breakfast family. Like, I don't really remember ever, aside from maybe on Mother's Day. I mean, I always make my mom breakfast in bed, but like, I don't really ever remember our family sitting down to like have breakfast together.
Yeah, my family's never done that.
But like, always on Christmas, Mom makes something for breakfast.
Breakfast time.
And it'll be like cinnamon rolls, or I usually try to get her to make pull aparts or monkey bread.
Oh, monkey
I have the
bread.
stuff for monkey bread too. You know how the other day on Halloween I came home with like several bags of rolls?
Yeah.
That's why. Because I bought one and I picked up one and I was like, okay, well, I'll open this one for dinner. And then also, if I buy another big bag, then I can make pull parts and I can make kraut burgers.
Oh my god. The last time you made kraut burgers, I've never had sauerkraut burgers. I ate so many of those.
They're
They
so
were
good.
so
It's just
good.
like, we give your mom shit for just eating the same thing for months on end, but I could eat kraut burgers every day.
They're so good.
And I do. Every time I make them, it's like all I eat until they're gone.
God,
and then
you're
I'm
making
sad.
me really hungry. I'm so hungry.
I also, just one of my favorite things that my family does, and this is not obviously exclusive to my family, but despite the fact that I never want to be awake in the morning, it's always fun for me when, basically me and two of my brothers try to race to be the earliest one. To, be the one who basically gets to jump on everybody else's bed, which unfortunately isn't as fun now that we all live in different houses, but but that's the one day of the year that I want to be up early to get up and do have breakfast and open presents. And
I cannot relate. My family has to wake me up every year. Every year my brother comes in or my dad is like, "Hey, it's Christmas." And I'm like, "Fuck you."
see, that's how my middle brother is. He's always been the one. I remember when he The first, like, Christmas that he spent not with our family, when he, like, moved, you know, I remember, like, we called him and passed the phone around, whatever, had him on speaker, and they're like, so how's your Christmas so far? And he's like, it was great. For once in my goddamn life, I got to sleep in, because you assholes didn't wake me up.
That'd be me.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are like, presents!
What the fuck was that?
Was my fan.
Oh, a computer.
It does
I
that
was
sometimes.
like, you screamed so loud that the microphone made a noise.
My computer just also wants to scream.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, it was a screaming party. But, yeah, my perfect Christmas is like, leave me the fuck alone. I'll come out at noon after you guys have already opened gifts. I don't give a fuck.
See, and that's like, I enjoy the presents part, but also it stresses me out. Like, I feel like there's so much pressure put on it, but, like, actively, you know, on Christmas morning when we all get together and open presents, I love watching. I mean, I like getting stuff, but honestly, it's so much fun for me just to watch everybody else get stuff.
Right?
Like,
it's
I love
so
when they
good.
open my presents, and I love
Right?
seeing what everybody else got them, and I like seeing, you know, what everybody in my family, like, thought of me and bought a thing, you know?
Yeah. I think that it's fun when... I think it mostly depends on how much money you have.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because given the choice, I would love to buy gifts for everyone all the time. Because I love my friends, and I love my family, and I love showing that with items. That's fine. But when I can't afford it, it's so stressful.
Yeah.
And it's so upsetting when I can't get you what I think you would like.
Right.
So I don't get to see that joy on Christmas morning. I get to see just, oh, thanks. I don't deserve this. You know?
I mean, I'm just gonna say, when you made the like, squadge pictures for us,
Yeah.
that is still, to this day, one of my favorite Christmas presents I have ever received.
Aw.
And I just remember all of us opening them and then just sitting there and staring at them for literally an hour.
It was really fun to do because it...
And also when we went and had second Squaff Christmas with Nat and Britt, and we were
Yeah.
like, you have to open that one last. You gotta open that one last, okay? Because you like, it's way better than everything else.
No, it's not. That was one of my favorite things because it was still kind of expensive because I had to print it out for everyone because I wanted to print it out and frame it so you could have it already and just put it up wherever. But the art was the easy part. Just like going to FedEx and like trying to figure out how to print it and print it nicely and like what size of frame to get was pretty stressful. But I love doing that because it's something that you guys can have, and I don't know, I like you said, it's something that I put my time into that I can give to you.
Yeah.
And it was so easy. Well, it wasn't so easy, but it was so nice that I could just do that for everyone. Like, I could draw everybody in this piece and just get everybody the same gift.
Yeah.
Because then it's all equalized, you know, y'all get the same gifts. Y'all just, I don't have to worry about anybody feeling, like, left out or anything. And I always want to do that. But, yeah, that was one of my favorites. I like doing art. The best part about that one is, like, you could just, like, put it up on a wall.
See, that's my, like, a struggle that I have, too. If, like, we talk about love languages a lot in our group, and, like, I feel like the reason that, like, just doing stuff with you guys sounds so appealing to me is because that's just, like, spending time with people is, like, my top love language.
Yeah.
But I understand that, you know, other people I mean, particularly one other person in our group, like, really is just all about giving and receiving gifts, and that's just their love language, and that's fine. But, like, it's such a struggle for me because I don't necessarily want gifts while I appreciate them, and I would never say no to them. I don't want a gift just for this, like, the sake of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm like, and I also feel like if somebody gives me a gift, I also have to give them a gift.
Yeah.
No matter, like, who it is.
Same.
And I just feel terrible if I don't reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's like a year like this where it's like I can't afford to get you guys anything, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to get me anything because, like, I don't need gifts. That's not, like, a priority for me, and I feel bad if I can't, like, also do the same for you.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like often you know, especially when with the case of, you know, our whole group, we're all fucking poor. So we can't afford to get each other, like, the big kind of grand gifts that we would like. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I got you this little thing, and, like, little trinkets and stuff, and that's great. And I, again, would never, like, be upset about receiving those things, but also, I have so much shit, and I don't need more. And I don't want anybody to give me more.
It's just, like, I don't have any place for it.
Right?
Where
like,
am I going to put that? I live in one room.
Right? And then I just, like, it makes me feel unappreciative because I, like, have to just throw this thing in a box.
Yeah.
Instead of display it or whatever.
And store it for when I can display it, maybe.
Yeah. And then it's, like, I just end up with so much of this clutter and this stuff that, like, really I should get rid of because I'm not using it. I don't have anywhere to put it. But then I just feel guilty because someone gave that to me. Like, I can't get rid of that. It was a gift.
Right. I feel that a lot, though. Like, there's so much of that I have, and I'm like, what do I do with this? I can't. It has to stay here, apparently.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's very kind and sweet when... I think it's just also my love language that time spent is a lot. It just seems like harder to do recently, so it means a lot.
Yeah. Well, and it's like for me, like everybody's busy, especially as you know, you're in your adult life and you and your friends and your family all have a completely different schedule, and it's like you said, hard to be able to spend time together. So the fact that somebody wants to take time out of their schedule, out of their me time and their work schedule and whatever, to just be around me, like, I'm sorry, have we met? I'm a fucking piece of shit. You would do that just to be around me? Like, that means so much to me. It means so much more than, like, I got you this thing.
Yeah.
As much as I do appreciate that, like, you got me a thing because you saw it and you thought of me, or you were thinking of me and you decided that I deserve to have a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that, but it just doesn't mean as much to me as, like, you making an effort just to spend time with me, because that's a hard thing to do. And also, I just, like, I gain so much comfort and joy from being around the people that I love.
Right.
Like, a lot more than I do from looking at a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally feel the same because, I don't know, that's just how it's always been. And I think, you know, people have different love languages, and that's definitely mine, is, like, time spent with a person. Yeah. Well, remember to take care of yourselves this holiday. Yeah. It's a holiday for everyone, including you. So take time to do what you enjoy and be with the people that you love. But be careful. Shit's still wild, especially in America.
Yeah, like, COVID cases are fucking spiking like crazy, so that's another thing. As much as I want to say go and support businesses, like, It's currently Saturday. I was at work today, and it was so busy. I was just, like, hiding in the back because there were too many fucking people.
That's so scary.
Me and my coworker, who is I can't think of the word. Lovingly referred to as the store cat. He and I both were just, like, hiding and receiving, being like, what can I do back here so I don't have to go interact with those people, because there were too many goddamn people out there. And it's, like, just now especially, that's just stressful.
Yeah.
Like, it's always sucks when it's busy. Like,
But
it's good
now
when it's
even
busy because
more.
we're making money, but also, like, there's too many fucking people, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And now it's, like, not only are there too many fucking people, but I also have to yell at every other one of those people to put their goddamn mask on because I don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, my point being, if you don't have to go to a store, please don't.
Yeah.
Do all
Order
of your shopping,
online.
like, now, early on, and, like, do it online, and only go to the store for things you actually need to go to the store for, because
Yeah. Like, do pickup, do
many
it
of
online.
the stores, many stores around you, I'm sure, have some sort of, like, buy online, pickup in-store option, or, like, curbside option, or whatever, so you can still support them. But you don't need to be all up in the store right now. Just, it's too many people.
Yep.
Maybe the gods will smile upon us and there will be a lockdown for December, and we won't be able to do any of the bullshit that we don't want to do.
That sounds great.
Like, I won't have to go shopping. Nobody will have to go shopping.
Can you imagine?
We just get to stay at home. When the weather's shitty, you don't have to go out. Just stay home. Spend time with your family.
It's mandated. Stay the fuck home. Yeah. Wear a fucking mask.
Yeah. God. Get some cute ones. We're in it for the long haul. Just, you might as well.
Wear a mask or don't go out. Those are your two options.
I'm gonna put it this way. Just because so many people are like, the government can't tell me what to do. It's my right not to wear a mask. Let me say this. It's also your right not to wear clothing. But you know what you can't do at the store? Not wear clothing. You can just be naked all the time if you want, but that also means that you don't get to leave your house.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with masks. If you don't want to wear masks, that's cool, but you can only be in your house.
Yep.
You can just walk around ass naked all you want.
Wear a mask. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm tired of it. My mom has COPD and she can still wear a mask. My uncle has COPD and he can still wear a mask. Wear a fucking mask.
Bitch!